This is my 2011 Nissan Xterra.
You call me anything you want, but don't call me that.
And I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, I do know a little bit of what I'm doing today anyway, and that is installing new headlights. I have new headlights. I have new headlights. There's other things though. So the other things consist of new struts for the back hatch, because those are getting really weak, and I figured it'd be best to go ahead and get those replaced. So I got some of these. I want to say these came off Amazon. Same as the headlights. I'll put links down below if you want to check these things out and buy them for yourself. They are affiliate links, so if you do purchase them from these links, we get a little kickback. You know, I appreciate that. And also here I have a new mass airflow sensor. For all I know, there's nothing wrong with the current one I have. However, I just wanted to go ahead and make sure it was brand new and updated. And also I got new camshaft sensors, because I hear that these go bad around about the mileage of what mine has, which is almost 80,000 miles. When I idle, sometimes there is a little bit of shake, kind of like the vehicle wants to turn off, and I'm hoping that maybe that will eliminate it. If it doesn't, then I guess I'm just gonna go back to the drawing board. So I just gotta determine what I wanna do first. I should really do the mechanical things first, which technically these are electrical, but you know what I mean. I know the easiest one is gonna be this mass airflow sensor. So let's start with that. This is something that I rigged up. This isn't what this is meant for. This is actually a shop light. If you go back to the video where I installed the shop lights, this is one that I just hadn't installed yet on the ceiling, and now I'm using it as a light bar to look into my engine bay with a bunch of bungee straps. It's working out great. I just wanted to point that out. But here's the mass airflow sensor right here. And it looks like it's just held on with some screws, and we're gonna take this off. So here's a better view of the mass airflow sensor, which is right here. We just gotta take this connector off, and then there's two screws, one here and one there. And then this is the new mass airflow sensor here, which looks like that right there. Let's work on getting this undone. Something I need to make sure I have is something to hold these screws. Well, for now, so I'm always unprepared, I'm going to use the box the mass airflow sensor came in. I don't know if you push down. Do you push down or push? Ah, you push down. Okay, cool. There's the old one. You know, I don't really know if this really needed to be replaced. It's probably fine, but I'm going to do it anyway. Reconnect it there. Slide it in and put our screws back. I'm not sure if I should have cleaned anything first. Should I have? I don't know, but the new one is in. Now, the next piece that I want to try is the camshaft position sensors. Now, they're both at the back of the engine. I know that the passenger side is the more difficult one, and then this one over here is not as difficult. And I've seen a lot of ways you can do this. You can take the fender well out and try to get this one over here like that. You could try to do it from underneath. Probably not the smartest. Just some things I've seen online. You can go from it either side and kind of do it blindly with your hands, which is most likely the method I'm going to go with. Or you could just get on top of the engine. I did see someone say that you just want to take the top cover off, which if you notice, mine doesn't have. When I bought this vehicle, the cover just was missing. And I think right here and right here, I think that's where the screws for this would go. But mine just doesn't have a cover. I don't know if that's just a 2011 thing, but I don't have the cover. But they say lay on top of the engine, and that would be the best way to get to these. Now, I'm a big guy. I don't know how smart that is to lean on some of these plastics right here, or the radiator. Then why am I contemplating about doing it? It's not smart. It's not smart. We're going to start with the hard side first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick you down there, and you're going to tell me where it's at. Good luck. All right, let me know what you see. Is it that? I don't know how. Let's back out a little bit. What is this? Is it this thing? I don't know what that is. Is it that right there? Do you think it's that? I don't know if that helped me or not. But I'm gonna do some finagling and see if that last connector was what I'm looking for. Online, I've looked and I've watched some videos and it's hard for them to even like show. And even some of the diagrams, it's hard for me to understand exactly where it's at. And we're gonna wing it. We're just gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. I haven't really made any progress. I was on I was on top of the engine, so I put this down. I forgot to undo the battery terminal, so I just did it. And then I noticed my battery terminal is like this thing is disgusting. I need to like clean that up. This is difficult because I can't get the clip off. I feel where the bolt is at, and I think once the clip is off, everything will go somewhat smoothly. I'm having a lot of issues. I'm going to shove you guys back down there on the driver's side to see exactly what this clip looks like so I can try to figure out how to undo the clip on the passenger side because I cannot get this clip undone. I'm weak. I think that's what it's really coming to. Or this is a design flaw. It's mostly, I'm not that weak. All right. I'm gonna send you guys back down here. Is this right here? Now, exactly what does it look like? What does it look like? I figured it out. I haven't done it yet, but I just watched another video that just helped me out so much. It's like, don't even take the clips off first. Like, you can go ahead and take the bolt out and pull it out and then undo the clip. Also, the clips, it's like this thing you push in at the top. You don't push it in the side or anything like that. I got a bolt out. I know that's not a lot, but it is a win for me. I got the driver's side out. Yes, the easy one. I went ahead and got that one out. But I did it. And once I was able to get it out, the clip was actually really easy. Trying to see if this is like OEM or not. I don't know. But, yay, I got this one off. I'm going to go ahead and put the new one on that side in. At least to finish that side off. And then I'm going to try to tackle this. All right. I got the passenger side one, the bolt off, and I got it out. I just can't get this clip off. And, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, a couple years ago, I had I think a 2003 Land Rover Freelander. If anyone knows what that is, look it up. Look how much of a piece of crap it was. And especially if you wanted to change the spark plugs in that car, how difficult it is. The spark plugs were up against the firewall. I changed the spark plugs in that. If I can do that job, I can do this. But man is kicking my butt. But I'm going to get there. And see, if I don't know if you can see it down there. I just got to get that stupid little clip off right there. Got to get that clip. That wonderful, crazy, great, wonderful, great clip. I yanked it out. You know, these long needle nose pliers are becoming like a staple in my garage of how useful they are. Maybe I was a little too aggressive, sure. But these are my catch-all tools now. And I got it done. Now I just got to put the new one in there. Then I'm done with that. And then it's on to the headlights. Will I get to the headlights today? No. In this video, yes. If y'all want like a flattering angle of how I've been doing this, well, here you are. This is what it looks like. Yeah, I can't see what I'm doing down here. I think it goes like this. I gotta find the hole. It'd be funny if I put the old one back in here. But I can see it on the trash can over there. It's happening. I've never been so excited to be done with something in my life. And the problem is, this won't be the hardest thing I do when it comes to working on my vehicles. Oh no. Oh no. So, I did break something. And you know, the irony of it is, and I should have known better, that I shouldn't have tightened the screw as hard as I did. Because I probably should have replaced the screw with a new one. And anyway, I broke the head off of the bolt. Screw the whatever. I broke the head off. So the stud is left inside of the engine block and is almost flush. So, I've learned a lot today. And now I need to find a bolt or screw extractor that I can fit back there. Man, talk about defeated. I was feeling so good, and I had to go and do that. Man. Well, let me compile the necessary tools I need to try to get this done, because I want to try to fix this myself. I made this mess. I need to clean it up. Hey, this is what this channel is about. Learning what you don't know. And I didn't know any better, but now I do. So, I am going to fix this. So it's like right there. And I hope it can see that. I gotta be able to figure this out. So in those last two clips, I said I was going to fix my mistake, which was breaking off the bolt into the engine block of this sensor, and I even showed you where that was. Look, long story short, I got it out. Here's a picture of it out, of the hole. So yes, friend of mine and we got it out. The only issue though is that the pieces of the bolt, the head and the stud, when they're still somewhere on top of the transmission. And honestly, I can't find them, and I just hope that they don't fall out and I puncture a tire or they hit someone's windshield. I'm hoping that either they'll just stay in there and not cause any issues, or they fall out somewhere where it doesn't do any damage. There's not much I can do. We spent an hour trying to find both pieces, which we found one. It's just lodged where we can't get to it, and the other one is in the abyss of the engine bay. So, with all that being said, my final task, well, I put the new sensors in there. So both camshaft sensors, left and right, they're in the engine. The last thing on the list is the headlights. So I'm going to attempt to do that now. I do have this somewhat done. I know that there is some clips down there that I have to undo, I guess. So I'm going to work on getting that done. Also, if you're wondering how we got that broken stud out from that bolt, I have a Dremel. We tried to drill a hole in it so we could tap an extractor in there. This is the Dremel, the little piece there. But when we were trying to drill it, I guess the way that the bit is going, it helped loosen it, and we were actually able to screw it out with our fingernail. So I got really lucky. I would never wish that on anyone. But I have to get this off now. There's some like tabs over there. I only see two. Online it said there were more than that, but I gotta get these tabs apart. I'm gonna figure that out. Also, I don't know, can you guys hear this crazy storm that's going on outside right now? Oh my God. I don't know if you can even, it is storming out here. It's crazy. All right, I got it off. I think I want to repaint it black because all this fading up here. Would black look good? I'm assuming it would with the white. And I want to repaint all of this too. But now that I got that off, I can get to the headlights. I got this headlight off. It's moving. I had to take the bumper halfway off. I couldn't get the bumper all the way off because there's some clips that clip it to the fender well. And I ain't got time for that, but I was able to reach the bolt, the last bolt that kept the headlight on. So now I gotta detach the wiring for each bulb. You know, I was gonna switch all these bulbs out for LED, which I probably will still do in the future. Right now, I'm just gonna use what I have. So I'll have to go through this mess again unless there's a way that's easier just to get the bulbs out without having to take all this apart. But you know, this really isn't that bad. It's just a pain to have to do it. Also, I can't believe that this bumper's held to this car, at least the plastic piece, this cover, is only held together by some screws and 2 bolts. And of course, some plastic clips. Interesting. I got it out. That was actually really easy to get those out. So now I'm gonna just put the new one in and go from there. Look at these. I think they look so much better than what was up there. I already tested them. They already work out. I already tested them. They already work. And I'm proud of myself. So if y'all just chill right here, I'll turn them on and you can see what they look like. Now that is so much better than what it used to be. I do think I want to get LEDs though, because these don't look the greatest, but I think the headlights themselves look pretty good. Well, I'm gonna end this video here. This video is taking a long time because this has been a nightmare for me, but it's okay. You know, I did forget that I have the struts for the lift gate in the back. I'm gonna tackle those another time. This video has taken over a week to film because of the issues I've occurred. I don't know, I'm tired. Also, there's a bad storm outside. Still don't know if you can hear any of this. It sounds crazy. I think I just want to go inside and hang out. And I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have power anyway. But I'm glad I at least got the headlights in. The sensors are all done. I do have a vehicle dynamical deep. I can't even talk. I do have a VDC. Is that what it's called? Light on in the Xterra. Vehicle dynamic control. However, I'm pretty sure it just needs to be reset because I had the battery off for a while I was changing everything. So I just need to go drive it, or I just need to clear the codes. I kind of want to drive it in the storm. Is that stupid? That's stupid. But I'm pretty stupid. So anyway, but if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more chaotic, weird content like this of me doing things I don't know how to do, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime that I release a video. Also, let me know what type of content you're into. Are you into this? Do you like me talking about cars and driving them more often? Do you like seeing me fail? Do you like a mixture of both? I just want to evolve my knowledge overall. So everyone who has been watching, thank you. I'd love to know what else you'd like to see, what interests you, and I will try to bring that to you because I love cars and I want to do more and learn more with cars. So I'm gonna learn what you don't know, and I'll catch you in the next one.